Hello, everybody. This is Justin Case of American Newscape, rejoining our friend and media personality back from his sabbatical, Jerry Maldonado, for another installment of Meatball Therapy. Hello, Jerry. Welcome back to American Newscape.
Oh, it's good to be back, man. I'm still adjusting things there, Meatball, so forgive me if I'm fiddling with everything.
Well, new studios can be a little intimidating, and to think that you're having a conversation about your new studio.
Yeah, you actually thought I dyed my hair. That's a camera angle, man. I didn't use that. I, I kept it all the same. Actually, I kept it all the same. But
Uh,
no, all is good. It was a great transition and to what I'm in now. It was a great process.
well, Jerry, we talked about what we may talk about, and evolution hit me, transition hit you. So evolution matters, Jerry. Take it away.
Oh, indeed. Indeed. I mean, I experienced it firsthand. I'm looking around this new studio. I'm just in awe. And I say to myself, I've been here now actually a week in the new place for my daughter and I. And the second day we were here, I had to bring her to work, and I thought of Abe Lincoln, considering it's like the political season here. I might as well just, you know, but let's work on the political guys. But to believe in the things you can see and touch is no belief at all. But to believe in the unseen is both a triumph and a blessing. I mentioned that to her. I got all philosophical on her. She got like teary eyed, in the process. I said, thanks to you, I said, we're sitting in our new home. And it's amazing how we dictate every day, or I do, and millions of others do in our journal, what we want to have, be, and do. What I did every day was dictate how I wanted to grow America's Mentor, both with you on the Facebook level and everything else. And I just wrote, I didn't know how it was going to happen. I tried all these different areas, but once Victoria had to come live with me, it literally pushed me out of my comfort zone. And a lot of us have to realize that we get comfortable, but yet we want these big grand dreams. It doesn't matter. We're going to manifest them. Something's going to happen. And indeed, after a year of trying to find a new place, hence place and studio kind of combined, I had no result until one day I got a phone call from the facility near where I am saying, look, Jer, we just got a new place that just opened up. And to me, looking around this area, buying was not an option because the market's going nuts up here in the Northeast. Renting is crazy. It's out of bounds because of inflation. But for some reason, this place kicked right in exactly what I was writing every day, exactly the way I visioned it. And you're looking at the transformation and the evolution of that writing right here. So anybody who has any kind of desires that they're inscripting every day and actually verbing these in their constant thought, you're going to see little, how should we say, transitions and creations, just like I'm sitting right behind here. It's an amazing process.
Well, it's kind of like a common man's manifest destiny.
Yes. Yeah, well, it's your own manifesto. I mean, you and I talk about this a lot on American Newscape, and I do on my Facebook Lives as well. And I do this. I want to show these creations. I want to show every creation to my audience because a lot of them have a hard time believing you could actually create something out of nothing. Every detail from the lights and the microphone and the backdrop, and everything was in detail that I was writing down every day, not knowing how I'd get it, not knowing where it would pan out. All the odds were against me, but here I am sitting in it. And I wake up every day in awe. And hopefully, everyone who understands the power of pen to paper, or if you don't even want a journal, just use your thought process every day. Not necessarily to visualize what you want, but to understand that your wish can come true. Your genie in a bottle is your constant thought process about it.
Well, absolutely. Invest in yourself. Invest that cerebral energy in yourself.
Great point. Great point. Indeed, invest in yourself because you have residuals, and the residuals of your constant thought determine where you're going to go in life. We all want to invest in the best stocks and 401ks and all this other crap that's out there. You know, a lot of it now is kind of doing mediocre, but the best investment is yourself. The best investment is your mindset. If you can build a muscle, you can build a mindset, as Jay Shetty said. I love that quote because it's basically something that you can't see that you're working on every day. That's creating what you can see. And this is what people have to realize for themselves. We're all endowed with this amazing power. We're all endowed to create this, whatever we want and however we want. But it's a constant focus that we have to realize every day.
Well, absolutely. I was queried about from a family member, where I was emotionally in life, and I have matured to the point that every day is a blessing. Maybe that's old age, but every
Yeah.
day is a blessing.
Yeah. Well, you mentioned a great word, emotion.
Hmm.
Emotion is energy in motion. You just change your perception of life, just like I did. 10 years ago, I was reading in a Facebook memory how they towed my last car away because it was repoed. and and you look at situations like this, and all of us have this potential. And this is just the beginning, obviously, but I want to make sure I show everybody my manifestations, however small or big they may be, because that could be a starting point for them. I don't care about the viewers. I care about the fact that if I'm helping one person, I've succeeded. And they can spread that to another person and it manifests and metastasizes that way in their life. That's my gift that I love to share with people is showing them how if you just dictate or think about that constant goal or that constant purpose or that constant feeling that you want to have be and do, it's gonna happen. You don't know how. There may not be a way, but a way is going to be made. And I never believed that until I manifested my first home. When I wrote, I said, wow, this is pretty cool. Then I started to work on the viewership and everything started falling into place. It's that constant mindset, the emotion that I was emitting, that thought process that I just realized I was still working the same as I was 10 years ago when my car was repoed and I had nothing to go on, but how should I say, my perception, just like yours did, it changed. When you change your mindset, you change your lifestyle.
Well, absolutely. And, it comes to us, I hate to use the wisdom word, but almost, it seems like every 10 years in our life, all of a sudden, our perception and our perspective is dramatically different. And our
It's like we're
goals.
reborn, man.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Uh,
It's a great point. Go ahead.
well, and recognizing it and recognizing that evolution can really be beneficial. Your fulfillment,
Uh,
has come from actually accomplishing what you set out to do. And it's not
yeah.
reflected in money and fame and glory. It's more of an inner peace. I mean, it's got to be as
Oh,
satisfying as it can be.
yeah. You hit it, meatball. You hit the goal of the day. Inner peace, indeed. I mean, that was my goal. That the inner peace and letting the mind stop messing with me. I had to realize I had control over it. But yes, indeed, you find that inner peace before you can get all this. You'll manifest it 10 times faster. Why? Because you're focusing on it. You're not focusing on the debt. You're not focusing on the tribulations. You're not focusing on the issues of life. You're not watching the news. You're not getting crazy about all these things. You're only focusing on your inner peace, your mental state, because that there is your starting point. And if you allow the outside world to dictate your inside world, your starting point is going to be all over the map. And for me, it was just a mental training, just like with you. It's an emotional paradigm shift of thinking. It's the epiphany that we wake up 10 years later and say, "Wow, look where I've come. Look how far I've come." And it's not to throw in people's faces. No, it's an example. Success leaves clues. And if you can find the clue in my story and your story and others like it, the millions of us that are out there, I mean, it's a roadmap to your own success because you create that your own way. Your own way is your own way. You don't have to follow my way or your way or anybody else, motivational speakers, whatever it might be. You create the way yourself. We just throw some breadcrumbs that you can pick up if you want.
Well, right, and that adventure, that journey, is an amazing place to. It's an amazing trip to be on, actually, and you need
Yeah.
to celebrate that you're moving in the right direction, that you're on an adventure, and you're not quite certain what that adventure is going to produce for you, but it's going to be dramatically better than sitting on your butt and hoping something is going to fall in your lap.
Well, that's what the law of attraction actually fooled me into believing when I first started getting into it 20 years ago. Just think about it, it'll come. And he's talking about sitting on your butt. That's what I was doing. Maybe I was ignorant, but here I am meditating this mantra of I'm going to have all this and that, but not doing anything about it. You got to move. You got to move in whatever it might be. And even if you don't know where you're going, know that a path is made by your thought process. You don't have to worry about it. Just keep pushing forward. This is not about perseverance. This is just about your natural, peaceful mental state of what you want to have, be, and do. And then it's gonna happen. You're gonna find places because to me, granted, I do very well financially. I'm blessed with a great job, great people, great benefits, the whole 9 yards. Even that up here wasn't financially feasible for me. And the rents, yeah, I could have did all that. I could have found, and overspent myself. I said, wait, it doesn't feel right. Remember that. It doesn't feel right. It's not going to be right. Have patience in what you want. Have patience in your abilities and watch what you attract from it. Because I always knew I'd have a new studio. Okay, fine. That's great. Here I am sitting in it. But I always knew it would come to me. So people got to realize that you just send it out, it's going to come right back at you. This is the karmic law of living. You grab that, and life is amazing. Indeed, you start seeing the small successes because you're not focusing on the failures.
Well, exactly. Well, there are no real, uh, setbacks aren't failures. They're just another opportunity to get up and dust off and get back on the adventure.
Well, you should know this from your professional career as an athlete. I mean, you're trained from day one. You fall down, you get up. Uh, I wish people could have that same mentality. I learned the hard way. Indeed, I have no regrets about it.
Right.
You were taught from a very young age that damn it, if you fall down, you're going to do it again. You're going to make sure you're going to get it right. And that discipline right there has created America's Newscape and all the networks that you've created and your success in life. Me, I was a late bloomer. I
Well,
had to figure it out later, but not in a bad way.
well,
Because, like you said, I started seeing the small successes. I'm like, wait, this is cool. Like, this is great. You start seeing your little things, and you start realizing you're ready for the big things.
well, exactly. We both learned when we were younger that doesn't hurt. Just rub some dirt on it.
I know, right? Yeah. Whereas now you need an ambulance and an ER visit just to make sure. Where before you got a 4-inch deep cut, you'll be fine. Throw some pure cold on. Remember that
Exactly.
red stuff they used to put on your cuts? Oh
Yeah,
my God,
that
I used to scream.
that was a
It's
plus.
iodine. There you go.
It
You
was
put
fun.
iodine on these cuts, and it would burn for months.
It was a.
The
It
things
was a.
that we grew up with.
Well, exactly. But we survived, and
Yeah.
we're here today, and tomorrow is an opportunity for you, everybody out there. I mean, is it you and I and you, me and you? I don't know, but it's an opportunity for everybody.
Yeah, but most importantly, with that great point you brought before, we learn.
Hmm.
You got to realize we all learn, and not to be so hard on yourself. If anything, I can leave this show with today is the fact of the matter is that we're all different, we're all unique, we all learn, and to be patient. If you believe in the things you can't see that are going to happen, they're going to manifest. But you just got to keep at it every day, however it may be, journaling, pushing forward, making the calls, setting it up, or whatever it might be. It's all going to come together in the most amazing way. But you just got to keep doing it. It's almost like the universe is testing you, saying, "Come on, the same perseverance you do in your physicality, you got to do in your mentality." And if you keep doing that every day, life becomes so much peaceful. As the great point you brought up before, and you start manifesting the most beautiful things, man.
Well, and you need to pay attention, because if you find yourself making the same mistake 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 times, it's time to pay attention and make a real assessment of why you're making those mistakes.
Yep. Again, I learned the hard way.
Well, don't we?
after
Don't we all?
after about their 20,000 emails, they don't like what you're sending out. I just kept doing it. Man. I figured, what the hell? My fingers were falling off. But there you go. That's ignorance in action, and I'm proud of that, because that was the greatest lesson for me. If it's not working, yeah, well, maybe somebody else will like it. After a year, Meatball, you better figure it out.
Yep.
And the whole point is, I didn't feel right about what I was sending out. That's the red flag.
Yeah.
Like I said, if it doesn't feel right, it's not going to turn out right. You start following your heart, it'll start evolving naturally. All this evolved naturally, just my thought about it every day and pushing toward it with my actions and deeds. And it's a great way to live life, because now you basically can manifest anything you desire with that same kind of mindset of being what you desire.
Well, everybody, I think this is a good place to put this one to bed. So, this has been Just In Case and Jerry Maldonado bringing you Meatball Therapy. Thanks for joining us. Remember, additional information and links provided in this video is read more. Today's the day to subscribe to this channel. Please learn more about Jerry Maldonado, back from his sabbatical when time permits.